Greetings, citizens of the internet. You can call me Nitro Indigo, and welcome to my extremely riveting Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. This is actually my third attempt at recording this, because on my first attempt, which went on for like 41 minutes, I realised at the end that I wasn't recording game audio. In my second attempt, I realised that I wasn't recording my own commentary, but thankfully that one was fairly early on. Without further ado, let's begin. This wasn't actually the first game I was planning on Let's Playing though. I wanted to do two other games before this, but I talked about them both on my channel recently and I didn't want to sound like a broken record or go for a burnout. Also, it's a bit annoying how, like, every time you start up the game it asks you what controller you're using, even though if ideally the Wii U should detect what controllers you have synced. I don't have a Pro controller synced to this Wii U. I only have a gamepad. And so the adventure begins. This is but one of the legends of which the people speak. Long ago, there existed a kingdom where a golden power lay hidden. It was a prosperous land, blessed with green forests, tall mountains, and peace. Just peace, no objective, just peace. But one day, a man of great evil found the magic Dorito and took it for himself. I can't trail off at the end of sentences. With its strength at his command, he spread darkness across the kingdom. But then, when all hope had died and the hour of doom seemed at hand, a young boy clothed in green appeared as if from nowhere. Wielding the blade of evil's bane, he sealed away the Dark One and gave the land light. I don't care that I said two words in the wrong order, it just sounds more natural to me. One by two words, I mean three words, four words. This boy, who travelled through time to save the land, was known as the Hero of Time and totally wasn't the protagonist of a previous game. The boy's tale was passed down through generations until it became legend. You could say it was a Legend of Zelda, eh? But then a day came when a fell wind began to blow across the kingdom. The great evil that all thought had been sealed away by the hero forever once again crept forth from the depths of the earth, eager to resume its dark designs. You called him in it. The people believed that the Hero of Time would again come to save them. But the hero did not appear. That wasn't funny, then. Faced by an onslaught of evil, the people could do nothing but appeal to the gods. In their last hour, as doom drew nigh, they left their future in the hands of fate, like that music from PMD2, but not. What became of that kingdom? None remain who know. The memory of the kingdom vanished, but its legend survived on the wind's breath, because this game is called The Wind Waker and everything's just wind in this game. On a certain island, it became customary to guard boys in green when they came of age. Clothed in the green of fields, they aspired to find heroic blades and cast down evil. The elders wished only for the youth to know courage like the hero of legend. See, I wanted to mention about not being able to trail off at the end of sentences. Like the hero of legend. Like I can think about how I would trail off in my head, but not when I actually say it. Big brother! I have a really awkward walk cycle because I have really short legs. Big brother! I have a big head and little arms. That's because that is exactly what the dinosaur from the T-Rex from Meet the Robinsons sounds like. Also bloom shading. Also Link fell asleep, or Indigo as I called him. Big brother on a wooden platform. Right next to the ocean. That must be really uncomfortable. Every morning. I don't know. I knew you'd be here, Ninja. Hee hee! This is my favourite spot to gaze out at the sea. When I play with the gulls, I call it Aril's Lookout. Aril, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I always said Aril, but apparently it's Aril. I don't know. Words, language, linguine, pasta sauce. So, do you remember what day it is today? The 17th of September 2017? You're still half asleep, aren't you? And also the characters in this game don't move their mouths, which is kind of weird. Did you forget? Big brother, it's your birthday! Also, this game isn't cel-shaded unlike the original version, it's bloom-shaded. Other bloom-shaded games include Klonoa for the Wii, which I may or may not get to eventually. That's why Grandma has been waiting for you to come back to the house in orange. She's been waiting for a while now. It's a good thing I came to find you. You should probably go home and see what Grandma wants, don't you think? I don't know what this oral voice is supposed to be. She sounds like Mickey Mouse. One thing you should know about me is that I've never been properly surprised by a Zelda game. In late 2011, early 2012, I was just too awkward to play a Zelda game, so I just looked up spoilers for all of them on the wiki, especially Spirit Tracks, which is the game I regret the most going unspoiled. So I don't really have as much emotional connection to Zelda as I wish I did. But that doesn't mean I don't like this game. It's a very fun game to play, and I haven't played it in a while. The reason I decided to do this game as my first Let's Play is because recently I just got an urge to play it again because I was just thinking about this one dungeon I really like the look of. We'll get to that dungeon eventually. But for now, we are collecting rupees, which are your money, if you didn't know, by jumping over these. And let's talk to a kid who would have told us how to do that. Well, I hope I'll be able to jump like you someday, Indigo. Yes, I named Link Indigo if you didn't, or if you couldn't already tell because I showed the screen. Don't judge me. That boat over there, we'll do something a bit later. Basically, that kid, if you talk to him before getting the rupees on the rocks, then he'll tell you, if you jump, like basically tell you how to get them. And also, there are little crabbies on the beach. The little crabbies have gone, and then if you chase them, the little crabbies will go night-night. Because Cars 3 was a movie. That guy is Sturgeon, he gives you tutorials, but I don't need tutorials because I've played this game before. Oh, Indigo, happy birthday! Hey, did your sister, Aril, find you? She was supposed to tell you that your grandmother is looking for you. Speaking of your sister, she saw me at work the other day, and she said she wanted to learn to carry jars on her head like me so she could help your grandma with chores. So, if you see her, tell her that all she has to do is stand in front of a jar and press A to carry it. To put the jar down, she just has to press ZR. Can you tell her that for me? Well, no, because I'm a silent protagonist because this is a Nintendo game. And in Nintendo games, the protagonist is always the least interesting character except when they're not. Except Link actually has a personality in this game. Your grandma is calling for you, Indigo. What the heck was that voice supposed to be? And so was my mom! I guess an obnoxious little kid voice, but everyone here just sounds annoying because that's the only voice I can do, apparently. Except for this saucy Lucius Malfoy voice. But we don't need the saucy Lucius Malfoy voice right now. We're just breaking jars because we are Link and we break jars because that is what we do. Legend of Zelda encouraging vandalism. Oh, speaking of which, in one edition of Guinness World Records one issue of Guinness World Records Games Edition, which was basically full of really stupid records. One of the things I put in there was first Legend of Zelda related injury. Someone made a Master Sword replica and hurt themselves with it, I think. I don't know. And also, if we go into here, we can get money. And now we are in the void. That was an amazing special effect game. I don't think you're supposed to see that for more than like a millisecond, but there was a thing that happened and told you this game was bloom shaded. Also, wallets can actually wait a minute. How much? Well, throughout the game, you'll only be able to carry a certain amount of money, which will increase as you get these things called wallets. These things called wallets. The amazing revolutionary technology of wallets. Jesus. Okay, I'm saying okay because my mother told me something, but obviously I can't really go down to her right now because I'm recording this video. Anyway, we need to talk to Grandma in order to continue the extremely riveting story of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. And in our house we have a plant, some very big, the world's oversized jugs, photographs, the world's smallest deck chair, I guess you'd call it, a bed, just one bed. This is like Pokemon. Oh, it's a bunk bed. It's not a bunk bed, it's a shelf. It's a bunk bed. What am I talking about? It's really uncomfortable because you're sleeping on wood, and there are these planties in the background. Planties. It's just a very nice looking kitchen. I've been waiting for you, Indigo. Indigo. This is supposed to be an old woman voice. Try these on. Time certainly flies. I can't believe you're already old enough to wear these clothes. You got the hero's clothes! They look like they might be a little warm for this weather. Don't look so disappointed, dear one. Just try them on. And so began the Zelda tradition of Link not beginning the game wearing his signature clothes, which would also be in Twilight Princess, Spirit Tracks, and the Minish Cap, sort of, maybe technically, because he doesn't have a hat. And then he gets Eslo. Not Elzo, as his name should, which is how I used to think which is what I used to think he was called. He also may or may not be related to Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey, which is not out yet. And I don't have a Switch. Today is a day to celebrate. It is the day that you become the same age as the young hero spoken of in all the legends. Not just the legends, all the legends. You only have to wear them for one day, so don't look so down. Be proud, child. Spoiler alert, he wears them for more than one day. In the olden days, this was the day boys were finally considered to be men. They were taught the ways of the sword to prepare them for battle with their enemies. But we don't live in such an age any longer. Our ways are the ways of peace. Nowadays, I suppose Orca, in orange, is the only one on the island who still knows anything about swordplay, also in orange. Hanging the family shield in orange on the wall as decoration is another tradition that has been carried down from those days, and we totally won't get this shield later. What are you talking about? Right, was Grandma just watching Link put on his clothes? Did all this make sense to you? Isn't that nice, Indigo? They suit you perfectly. A perfect fit. I don't know why she sounds like Mickey Mouse. Well, tonight, I'm going to invite the whole town over for your birthday party, so better start getting ready, shouldn't I? Your grandma is going to make your favourite soup for you tonight. I just know you're looking forward to it. Now, go get your sister, Arul. And so we must return to Arul's lookout, where she will give us a thing. Spoilers, because for a few minutes in the future. Because I've played this game before. I suppose that while we're here, this music contains part of the Kakariko Village theme. And there was a time where all I would do on the internet was listen to the Super Smash Bros. Brawl soundtrack. And so because of that, I always know of the Kakariko Village theme as Village the Blue Maiden, and that's the first version I associate with it because it's in that was the version it was in Brawl, the Four Swords Adventures version. And Kakariko Village the music was first in A Link to the Past, if you didn't know, and so was Zelda's Lullaby and Ganon's theme, which is originally Anaga Naga 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 Hymn's theme. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Also, to be honest, I don't really like Link to the Past. I've never gotten past the first dungeon because I kept getting lost, and the game just feels really clunky to me. I mean, I'm not not saying it's a bad game. I can understand why people like it. And the Dark World music is awesome, and it's also in A Link Between Worlds. I like A Link Between Worlds though. I wasn't really interested in it until like I saw Hilda in a trailer, and she's awesome. Oh, and speaking of A Link Between Worlds, I did want to go in that game spoiler free, but instead of finding out the spoilers by myself, my friend in real life spoiled them, and then I haven't played Triforce Heroes or Breath of the Wild and wasn't interested in because I don't have anyone to play multiplayer games with, and I don't have the money for Breath of the Wild, and it seems a bit too big for me, so yeah, that happened. Anyway. Ah! Oi! Big brother! That was awful. Did Grandma make that outfit for you? But wow! You look like you'd be way too hot in those clothes. But why does that sentence begin with but though? And she looks sad. I guess they're pretty neat though. So anyway, Indigo, can you close your eyes and hold out your hand just for a second? Why did she pause just before? After can you? Did it flow better in Japanese? I'm going to give you my most treasured belonging, but just for one day. Spoiler alert: we get to keep it for, but just for one day is a better way to say that. But spoiler alert, we get to keep it for more than one day. Happy birthday! I immediately went back to his new language. You got the telescope! This is your sister's most precious belonging. Treasure it dearly. Set it to Y, X or R and use it by pressing whatever button you set it to. Do it now and see what you can see. Redundancy. Using the gamepad, you can also touch and slide items to set them, which I will do right now. I'm letting you borrow this special gift just because you're my big brother. Aren't you lucky? Oh, why don't you try it out right now? Try looking over at our house from here. Oh, and speaking of the gamepad, you can also go into off TV play by pressing minus. But that wouldn't be very fun to watch because I can't record a gamepad. I don't know if there is a way to record a gamepad. I think there is actually. Some people will do it, but not me. I'm just having a regular, ordinary, boring Elgato, which is not actually regular, boring and ordinary because I got it yesterday and it's really cool because it lets me do what I wanted to do on YouTube. I've wanted to do Let's Plays ever since like way back in 2012 when I discovered Lucky 70X and his Let's Play of Spirit Tracks. Since then I have discovered lots of other different Let's Plays like Chugga Conroy or Tessellating Hexagons or... This man looks kind of weird. That's racist. I can't think of any other kinds of Let's Plays I watch right now. I mean, I watched like a couple of Let's Plays. I only watched like one video of like the Destroyer 229. Anyway, story. This girl has been kidnapped by a giant bird, and then there are rocks, and then pirates are throwing rocks at the bird. Oh yeah, there's also this new Let's Play I've discovered recently called Voodoo Lou. That's another Let's Play I watch. Anyway, plot is happening. I'm recording. Someone just knocked on my door. I'm recording a video right now. And it was my dad. Indigo, this is so terrible. That girl fell into the forest. She needs help. But it's too dangerous for you to go in there without something you can use to defend yourself with. Next time on Channel Nitro Indigo in our extremely riveting Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD, we shall get a sword and go after the girl.